The Justice Department announced fraud charges against the Southern Poverty Law Center over its non-profit investigations into extremist groups. CBS News Justice reporter Jake Rosen has the details.
A federal grand jury in Alabama indicted the Southern Poverty Law Center on 11 counts of wire and bank fraud-related charges on Tuesday, the Justice Department announced, accusing the group of paying members of extremist organizations as part of its efforts to investigate them without disclosing the practice to donors or banks. The SPLC has denied the allegations. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche said at a news conference announcing the charges that the SPLC is, quote, a nonprofit entity that purports to fight white supremacy and racial hatred by reporting on extremist groups and conducting research to inform law enforcement groups with the goal of dismantling them. But, quote, the SPLC was not dismantling these groups, it was instead manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose by paying sources to stoke racial hatred. The acting attorney general said the group was charged with 6 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. The SPLC is a nonprofit that tracks white supremacists and other hate groups across the U.S. and has been a frequent target of President Trump's allies. It is best known for its work investigating the Ku Klux Klan. The charges came hours after the center's interim president and CEO Brian Fair said in a video that the organization was being investigated by the DOJ in connection with the now-defunct program that used paid confidential informants to infiltrate these far-right groups. Blanche said that the paid informant program at the SPLC went through at least 2023. He also claimed that the investigation into the group started years ago but was shuttered during President Joe Biden's term until the Trump administration revived it again. He alleged that in one case, the group paid the leader of the group that planned the far-right Unite the Right protest in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017. And during that protest, anti-racism activist Heather Heyer was killed after a white supremacist drove his car into the crowd. In a statement, the organization's CEO said the group is, quote, outraged by the false allegations in the indictment and will, quote, vigorously defend ourselves, our staff, and our work. The indictment also alleges that more than $3 million in donations was, quote, secretly funneled to individuals associated with far-right hate groups, associated with groups like neo-Nazis, the Aryan Nation, and Ku Klux Klan-associated groups. Back to you.
During that news conference, Patel addressed claims made in The Atlantic about his alleged erratic behavior and excessive drinking. He also sparred with reporters over their questioning.
I've never been intoxicated on the job, and that is why we filed a $250 million defamation lawsuit. And any one of you that wants to participate, bring it on. I'll see you in court.
Explain the computer login issue. Just explain the computer login issue. You were not able to log into your lawsuit contends that you were not able to log into the system. What did you think after you were unable to log into the system?
Let's have a survey. How many of you people believe that's true? Hang on.
Did you communicate?
You asked the question. Let me answer it.
No, let me.
No.
Did you communicate with anyone that you thought you were fired after you were unable to log into
the problem with you and your report? Don't cut me off. You asked the question.
Straightforward question.
The problem with you and your baseless reporting is that is an absolute lie.
So Patel went on to say that he was never locked out of his systems and that anyone who said the opposite was lying.